Christmas, guys. Welcome to Fashion Wednesday with me, your fashionable host, Diana Edinam Kumbe. You know, this is the show where I bring you closer to your favorite fashion heads, your favorite beauty people in the Ghanaian industry. We get to know a little bit more about them and the brands that they have built. Today, I'm excited to have with me the beautiful Georginam. Ah,
Yes.
I said it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
You see, the airway in me just came out. You understand? Georgina Agosa.
Yes.
Yes, and she is the beautiful owner of this beautiful space, Bloom by Edgy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? It's
I feel-
Christmas.
Yes, I know. Christmas is always like a big time, an exciting time with me and my family and my business. So I'm excited for today.
Oh.
Yes.
So Bloom by Edgy,
Yes.
what happened? What happened? How did it come up? What was going through your mind? Have you always been a fashionista? Do you have someone who does fashion in your family and you learned from them? What's the story?
I think this story, I've said it a lot of times. Growing up, I've always been an adventurous kid. I loved DIYs. I loved putting things together. I even have like a baby photo where I'm standing in front of, those old mannequins where it's like a plywood. And then I even have a photo like that because from childhood, I've always had the interest for this. And growing up, I had an auntie though who knew how to sew. I loved going to her, but I don't think I learned a lot from her. I may have picked things, maybe my interest and all of that from her, but I don't think I learned too much from her. But like I mentioned, growing up, I loved this. Then throughout uni and senior high school, like I've been doing the DIYs like over the years for so long.
SHS?
Yeah,
Did you do visual
no,
arts
I did general arts. I did economics and geography and government. I did all of that.
Yeah, but you knew you loved fashion.
Yes, I've always known that I love this, and I've always known from infant that I would do this one day.
So is it that your parents thought that, you know what, let's just have something for you to fall back on?
No, it was more like, our parents go to school, be an accountant, be a lawyer, because I'm also a firstborn. So then my dad was always like in charge of what I should be in future in terms of what I'm studying in school. So like I didn't really decide most of these things. They'll apply for you, pick a course for me, do this. I remember I even went to uni, my uni year, I did like level 100 in a school, and then my dad made me stop. I went to start another level 100 all over so I could switch courses to what he wanted me to do.
So what did you do in uni?
Accounting.
And you are doing...
Yes, and I'm doing this.
At what point did you decide that, you know what, please, I'm taking my life into my hands?
I think I've been doing it alongside school. Like I mentioned, in senior high school, I would sew like unprescribed uniform for my colleagues for 50 pesos. Like I would write your nickname at the back of your unprescribed skirt for fanfare. Like
What school is this?
I went to Benkum Senior High School. I was actually suspended for doing that. Yeah. My parents had to come in.
I was going to say, what did your father say?
My father is very strict. So like I hid in the school for like one whole week. I couldn't call him because I was afraid. So I hid in the dormitory in another hall for like one whole week. And then I mustered courage and I called my mom to tell my dad. And then they both came and they came to plead on my behalf and they punished me to fetch 100 buckets of water. And I did. And then that was in my final year. Yeah.
You have a story.
I know. I know. Yes.
But what makes your brand stand out? What makes you unique?
Yes. I think one of the things that makes me unique and my brand stand out is the fact that I've gathered this experience over the years. I didn't have like a formal training on this. Everything I know now, I have had to learn by myself. So through like, try and errors, I've learned from my experiences. Now, there's a saying that experience is the best teacher. So yeah, my experiences over the years has taught me. I think that's one of the things that makes me special.
Interesting. But we're talking before the interview. We're talking about you sewing every Saturday before you go to church. When did that start? Why did you even start? You wanted to show your church people that.
Well, yes, of course. And also, I had just finished uni.
Okay.
And then I went to university for development studies in WA campus. And even while there, I was sewing as well. That was where I bought my first sewing machine in 2012. Like I gathered all my pocket money and I bought my first machine. And I used to sew in the hall kitchen. I used to sew for like my colleagues for 10 cedis. I remember I went to open a bank account. So every time somebody would come and sew 10 cedis, I go straight to the bank to go put it there. So after uni, I'm done with uni now. Because at the time, all my customers were students from my campus.
Right.
Now I'm done with school, I'm back in Accra. How can I let people notice me?
Right.
So then I'm like, okay, then every Sunday, I think my church is big. There are a whole lot of people in the church, so I'll start from there.
Yeah.
So that was what led to me. Every Saturday evening, I'm making a new dress for church the next day. And I think it did the job.
You did the job.
Yes,
you
it
got
did.
job. You got people.
People started noticing.
Right.
Everybody would see me and go like, oh, I love your dress. Who made it? Then, oh, I made it myself. And I started getting customers here and there, referrals. But even then, I didn't have Bloom by Edgy. So it was more like bespoke. So my other brand,
Okay.
Edgy Woman, that was how I started. So then I'm sewing for people. Up until 2018 was when I started thinking, this thing is limiting.
Yeah.
It wasn't allowing me to do all the things I love to do. You know, I mentioned my dad was very strict growing up. So like all my life, I've always felt like, you know, in a cage, in a box. I needed to be free, like, you know, a bird set free.
Yeah.
And that was not allowing me. So then I started thinking from 2018, maybe I needed to do something that would allow me creative freedom.
Yes.
So that was when I started thinking of, you know, creating another brand. And then eventually I found the name. I knew I wanted to do this, Bloom by Edgy, for various reasons. I'm sure we'll get into that, why I chose Bloom by Edgy.
Yeah.
I created an Instagram page and it was just there until 2020, 1st March, before I launched Bloom by Edgy.
What made it take so long?
A lot of obstacles, financial, because I mentioned how like, this is not what I did in school. So like my parents my dad in particular, he was not like in support.
Yes.
Because, you know, university graduates and now you're with your machine and you're sewing at home. What is he going to tell his friends? You know, I remember my dad used to apply to uni for me to go do masters. He would apply for jobs on my behalf. They would be calling me.
And you will not answer?
No, I would answer. That's how I would get to know that my dad was doing all of this behind my back, you know. And I understood him.
Yeah.
But then I also knew where I wanted to be. And so I kept pushing. And so I wanted something, but there was no funds to launch. So I rented my first store, but there was no funds to launch it, to stock it, because ready to wear, you need funds to sew the products.
Yes.
There was no funds. So then I was like, you know what? I'll continue doing my bespoke for a while so that I can gather money and then I can launch Bloom by Edgy. So I did that from 2018 November to
2020.
So the end of 2019, I knew that 2020 I must launch. Yeah. So I told myself I'll launch in February. I'm using January and February, but that didn't happen. So I eventually launched on 1st March.
And how did people receive you?
No, it was great. Like people loved, because remember I told you I had already created an Instagram page.
Yes.
So I was trying to build awareness over the period of time. So when I launched it, turnout was great. Everybody loved the brand, and then COVID happened. I feel like now we are talking about all my struggles.
Oh, no, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and then COVID happened. We went into lockdown the very month I launched. After putting in all my savings, every money I have went into the open. I'm sure I even borrowed money at some point. COVID happened, and then I had to start doing reduce to clear of everything in the store so that I could manage.
I'm so sorry.
I know. It's fine. These things, they shape us, these experiences. And I feel like I'm better now. I'm stronger now because of the path and the route that I took. So I'm grateful for the experience.
So eventually people bought?
Eventually people were buying on discount. And then I reopened again somewhere August.
Okay.
And then in September, I applied for Accra Mall Future Fashion Fund, which I won.
Oh.
I won $3,000. But I'm too big on savings to be spending money I get. So even though I want that money, it's still there. It's like, I want to put it in something
right now,
it's still there.
If you need a project to work with, I'm here. You can.
So the problem is, I want to use it for something that every time I see the thing, I know that this is what I use the money for. And so far, I haven't found anything. I'm renting stores because my first store was smaller than what I have now. But it's not my building. The rent will expire, and then my $3,000 is gone. I'm like,
great.
No.
I get.
So then,
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. At what point did your dad finally accept?
Well, I think he was beginning to accept somewhere 2017, 2018, thereabouts. Because then I remember one time my machine was faulty and I couldn't find someone to fix it. And he offered to help me fix. So he brought someone from Tema to come and fix my machine. And that was when I was like, oh. okay, I think this man is, trying to lean, because at that point it's like, now I'm making some money here and there. I'm able to like support my siblings now, I'm able to support my family. So now he's beginning to see that, oh, this may actually be okay. Yeah. Now that he's come to accept it full time. So
you said some of your clients describe your clothes as second skin. What makes your clothes so comfortable for them to even decide to call it that?
So that phrase came from a survey I did earlier this year. So we drafted a couple of questions and sent it to people who buy from us so that they could just answer. And those were some of the words people mentioned, the comfort in the clothes and like the keyword you mentioned.
Right.
I think it's my design process. When I first started, when I launched Bloom by Edgy, majority of the things in the store were my size. Because I assumed that, people would... And I had a shock of my life because most of the people who were buying were not my size. Yeah. So then I had to switch. So now when I'm creating designs, I think of my customers, the people who are going to wear it. How would they feel when they are wearing this dress? Yeah. Most of my customers are between size 10, 12, mostly like 12, 14, 16, right? When I'm creating, if I make something, so now when I'm creating, I don't think about myself anymore. Yeah. And now think about them. Yeah. What can I create for them to be comfortable with their body type? Yes. So they can feel confident, because my whole goal is to make sure that people wear my clothes and they feel comfortable and confident in what they are wearing, right? So I could have a design in mind, I'm creating. So the creation process is like, I have the design, I start creating. I need to do like a first sample, tweak it a bit, adjust it. So I could start from A, I will end up as Z. Because at every point, I'm considering this person with this body type, with this shape of breast, with this shape of this, how would it fit into this? So you realize that I keep tweaking, so finally I'm like, oh, I'm satisfied, I am pleased. And then I'm able to produce it,
Okay, so you just described your process.
My process, yes.
But where do you get your ideas from? Because we were talking about it.
Earlier on,
you said you get it from, you pray?
Yes. So I'm a very big spiritual person. I believe that where I am now, it hasn't been by my strength, even though like I've gone through all this struggle. There are a lot of people who are also doing this. But I believe strongly that it's by the grace of God that I'm able to be here. The fact that I'm able to get ideas, is God that puts the ideas in my head. So when I'm about to work on a collection, I find my theme. For example, my new collection, which is Christmas, holiday edit. So then I pray to the Holy Spirit, okay, because sometimes when I'm using my will and my strength, it's very exhausting. Yes. So then I pray to the Holy Spirit. I say, okay, I'm about to work on this. I need ideas. I need heavenly ideas. I need ideas that, when people see, they can't, like, they don't have any will anymore. They just have to buy. Yeah. And then the idea starts dropping in my mind. And every year, it's always a banger. So, yeah.
How does it feel to be one of God's favorite people?
It feels amazing. Nice. It feels amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so your brand supports young women.
Yes.
At what point did that part also become a part of your brand? Yeah.
I feel like everything I'm doing now for my brand is as a result of my upbringing, my past, things I've had to go through. So these things led to these decisions I make now. So the main reason, one of the main reasons is I wish that when I was growing up and I had this passion, somebody nurtured it for me. Somebody, saw the talent and went like, oh, this girl, you are good. Let me train you. I wish somebody did that for me. Maybe I would have been doing way better than I am doing now. Yes. But now it's my turn now to make sure that I do that for somebody. So that's where that came from. Thank you.
So do you work with them? Do they help you with your brand?
Yes, I do. So before Bloom by Edgy, I used to employ these Ivorians, Nigerians. It was always very difficult, and they were all men. It was very difficult, especially I'm a woman, and I used to be very soft. I used to be really soft, and I'm petite, I'm small, so it was very difficult to be controlling, to be a boss. Yeah. Then I realized, maybe I need to create a family. Of people like me that I could train. So that was where that came from. So now, they come, sometimes they are just employees who come, they are looking for a job. Okay. Sometimes they want to learn how to do this. And even that, I'm very picky with who I pick.
I was gonna ask.
Right? No.
What's your
I don't-
criteria?
I don't just pick everybody. First of all, when I see you, I need to feel in my spirit that you're the one. I'm a very spiritual person, you understand? Yeah, I need to, I need to feel like, you know, my spirit needs to align. So when that happens, like I know, then I take you and then I train you. And after that, you work with me now.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
We've been speaking about confidence and, you know, second skin, all of that. How do you think fashion makes women feel confident in their skin?
Imagine this, right?
Talk to me.
You're going out, you have an event, and then you step out and you just pick some wrinkled outfits from your wardrobe. You're wearing some flip-flops and you go out. Your confidence level will not even be there, right?
That's what I
Imagine, no. Then maybe it's your mood, how you're feeling. Let me even take it
right.
from your mood perspective. You know, we women, sometimes you can just be going through it, maybe based on your cycle or whatever, right? Then you shower, you wear one of your best clothes, you know, you look nice, you done your makeup, you wear your heels. You know, there's this energy, like it just comes. So fashion plays a big role in women's confidence, like, because when you feel good, you look in the mirror and you go like, wow, you know.
Yeah, that's me.
That's me, that alone. And when you go out, you're able to like take on the world. Like you feel like I can take on anything when you're looking good. Yeah.
I felt that.
Yes.
But how do you keep Bloom by Edgy affordable and yet high quality?
This is one of the difficult parts because as we all know, you know, the economy is not economy. The economy is not economy, but it's been one of my goals that my clothes should be able to be affordable, especially my roots, you know, where I'm coming from, my roots. So I try as much as I can, even with fabric sourcing.
Yes.
I try as much as I can. When I'm sourcing fabrics, like I don't oversource fabrics at the prices way too much, and sometimes it's limiting for me because sometimes I see something very nice and like and also it is well this topic is a very difficult one. It's a very difficult, especially like being in Ghana and managing the business right here in Ghana, sourcing fabrics here, labor here, everything here. It's very tough, but I try. And what I always try to do is, you know, the prices, like I price in dollars, right? But what I try to do for Ghanaians, when you go to my website is, even though the dollar is going high and the cedi is depreciating, I try to not go with it. So like I stop at a point.
Okay.
So for instance, maybe the dollar was, let's say 10 to 1. Then I decided, okay, I'm not going to keep increasing the price and I'm going to stop at 10. So even though it's like now 16, I'm still at 10. So that the people, 17. Well, so that the people who love my brand are helping me grow the brand. Like, this is my motherland. This is my roots. Yeah. They can be able to afford me because before people who are abroad started noticing me and patronizing me, they believed in me first.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that keeps me grounded when it comes to pricing. Yeah.
Interesting. But we've spoken about your social media. You've moved from one page, you created another one, and even now your website. So what has being in the digital world, how has that impacted your brand?
It has impacted my brand a lot. Because, you know, I mentioned when I first started, when I got the idea for Bloom by Edgy, I created an Instagram page and it was there. And I feel like social media has played a really huge role in building my brand, you know, in creating the awareness. So me, I embrace technology a lot. I feel like technology is a gift from God. You know, God drops the idea into man's head and say, man, create this to make our life easy. I feel like it's a form of a blessing, you know, so that we can benefit from it. So for me, I like technology a lot. Remember, you know, last year, there was this South African designer who copied my design, my attire dress, and it was really big on social media, right? Let me just, I always
I remember I saw it on Twitter. Then I came to look for you on Instagram. Then I said to someone, I said, hey, they are fighting,
And you know, when the thing even happened, I wasn't even aware.
Right. That somebody sent it to you.
Not somebody. A lot of people, a lot of my followers, people who love the brand.
Love you.
I didn't know that. So that was like an eye opener for me. Because to me, it's like, oh, I'm just doing my small thing. It's in my small corner. Like, then when the people started sending to me, like, then I was like, oh, people are actually noticing my designs because I had created the Magnolia set all the way in March. I launched it in March. And then my birthday, I recreated that design from Magnolia. Yeah, so people knew that, this thing has been there. And now you recreated it and now people are. And when the moment I issued a statement that, oh, this is what's happening, that was when the fight broke. And it's like, I wasn't even doing anything at that point. Like, my heart, like, I'll be on my bed, my heart is just like, and Ghanaians were fighting hard.
For you.
Fighting hard. It was like Ghana versus South Africa.
Yes.
And I was like, I didn't know people loved. I was very emotional that time. Like, I promise. That time was like a very emotional time for me. But for like 2 weeks, it was happening. And then sales were also at that period. So that's why I'm like, social media is like, it's a blessing. You know? So that happened. Sales was like booming. Yeah. I think for a very long time, that was the only thing we were making. And most of the people buying were not even from Ghana. Oh. Even the South Africans were buying from the country where the person. Exactly. So, yes.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Yes. At least you have a good story to tell, and it's also impacted your finances positively.
Yes. At the time, and at the time, I had to employ more people. Wow! Because of that, yes. So that was the whole thing was such a blessing. I think I employed like 4 or 5 more people around that time.
We have to go and text the
person to copy me again.
Got it. Okay, but before we wrap this up. Christmas season, Christmas means a lot to you. What have you been doing for your people?
Every year, I always make sure that my customers and my followers, they have something exciting to wear during the festivities, either to church or to parties. Yeah, and it's been amazing so far.
So if we still want discounts at this time, can we get at this time?
We also did a discount sale. We also did a discount sale.
So I said, you're late.
Why are you late?
Oh my God.
You are late, Cra. Next time, follow the page, turn on your notifications so that when we are doing something, and subscribe to our newsletter. That's where you get discount from. Because when you subscribe, automatically you get a 10% discount. Okay. And you can only use it on our website. Okay. And then randomly, occasionally, you would receive discounts in your email. So subscribe.
Yes, ma. We'll do that. Yes, sorry, ma. But before we go, what advice do you have for young people, budding people who want to be designers here in Ghana, in this economy?
Well, the advice I keep telling people is that, number one, you have to trust God, right? You put all your faith in Him. Sometimes it's shaky, sometimes it's like things are not going well, but in the midst of all that, you need to identify where your source or who your source is, and then you try and connect to it. And then number two is that you have to try as much as you can to be original. Because a lot of people start, and the first thing is they're recreating somebody's design, they're doing this. No, you need to be original, and then you keep at it, and people would notice. That's what I have.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. But guys, that's not all. We have the quick fire fashion round where I'm going to be giving her, a few options, and then she chooses and she explains her thought process and all of that. So please do stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi guys, if you just tuned in, this is Fashion Wednesday with me, Diana Edinam Kumbe. Today I have Ejo Jinam, the owner of Bloom by Eji, with me. And it's time for the quick fire fashion round. It's my favorite. So I'm going to be giving her a few options, just 2 options. You choose one and then you tell us why I picked that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm born ready.
Okay. Let's go. So would you rather design a statement piece or create a minimalist design?
Statement piece.
Why?
Well, I usually create based on my track record. Yeah. Usually I have statement pieces. My designs are not minimalistic. So. Statement pieces when you go out, you attract, you stand out, you turn heads, feel more confident. So statement piece.
Well understood. Bold colors or neutral tones?
Bold. I'm wearing a
Clearly,
bold color
yeah.
right now, and once again, if you look at my track record, I love bold colors.
Yeah. Silhouettes with structure or flowy design.
I think I do a bit of both,
Yeah,
depending on the
actually.
season and what it is we are doing. We do a bit of both. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So prints or solid colors.
Solid color. So I feel like I do a bit of both. A bit of
Yeah, but
both
which one do
for
you
that.
prefer?
Both, depending on the occasion
Okay.
or what it is I'm creating. Yeah.
You don't answer my question.
No,
so
I'm
you are giving me middle ground.
But the initial ones I was very direct, but sometimes I'm
Okay.
like I'm backed in a corner. So
Okay. So ready to wear or custom
ready to
made?
wear. I didn't even let you wait. Ready to wear. Bloom by Edgy is a ready to wear brand. It's more convenient.
Yeah, that's true.
And it allows me to like do the things I love to do, bring out the ideas in my head, increase the convenience for my clients. Ready to wear
be
all day.
easier.
Yes.
Okay, so African fabrics or modern textiles?
Modern textiles.
Yeah, I see your
You
stuff.
see,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I think my creativity is limited when it comes to African fabrics. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
Right. Texture or pattern?
Texture. I love, so one thing that cuts across my designs is even the fabric texture. Like when I'm buying, it's one of the things I look out for, you know, the unique textures. And most of the time, sorry, but African print is just what it is. It doesn't have like varieties, textures all day.
High-waisted or low-rise?
High-waisted.
Why do you want high-waisted? Look at your body.
Wait.
You're giving body. You're giving body over here.
Let me explain. Let me explain. Right. Low rise or low waist is not for everybody.
Okay.
When you wear a high waist, it's able to like snatch your waist properly and like makes your curves exactly more visible. But if you wear like a low waist, it's not everybody who can wear it. So
personally,
high waist. I love things that tight my waist though. Me, I like
what waist?
What waist?
What waist?
But I love
over here.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it like that.
Yes.
Day to night outfits or event specific?
Day to night outfits.
Right.
Yes.
You like outfits like a switch. And
exactly.
Oh, she's going to be showing us how we can switch. Let me not jump the gun. All right. So sleeveless or long sleeves?
I like sleeveless.
But today?
I know I'm wearing long sleeves today,
right.
But most of the time, most of my designs show a bit of skin compared to, I don't have a lot of long sleeve designs here.
And the people love it?
Yes, they do.
Ghana is too hot.
Ghana is hot.
Yeah.
Ghana is hot.
Do you like floor length gowns or midi dresses?
I think I prefer midi. Yeah, prefer midi.
So every day you want to show skin.
Ghana is hot. Ghana is hot, so yeah.
Okay, last one. Comfort or style?
Style.
Hey, you rather
style. Who comfort it? Style.
Okay.
Because you know, pretty heads they say. So some outfits you need to, you know, put aside the comfort so you can look nice and confident.
And then when you finish, you go
when
back
you get home,
then...
you know, when you sit in your car, then you unzip yourself and you get home.
Clearly understood. Very felt. But guys, yes, that brings us to the end of the quick fire fashion round. But don't go anywhere because we have the demonstration part where she's going to be which of the outfits?
The Kaya dress.
Right, Kaya dress. She's going to be showing us how to style them 3 different ways. So do stay tuned. We'll be right back. Ta-da, guys! Again, Merry Christmas, okay? Because look at this beauty. So this is the Kaya dress by Bloom by Edgy. And so she's going to be you'll be telling us more about the dress, the name, what it means, and all of that. So yeah.
I created this out of a design I already have. It's called the Magnolia set. Magnolia set I created all the way in March. So I wanted to create something else out of it, like a pinafore sort of style, and that's when this came into play. And it was launched on my birthday, and it's been a bestseller from July till now. Every single month it's a bestseller.
You're telling us what it meant earlier.
Yes, so I got the name out of a movie I was watching. It's called Where the Crawdads Sing, and there was a main character that went through a lot, but eventually she came out, you know, like there was light at the end of the tunnel for her. So that was where I derived the name from. So I googled it, I tried to find out what it means. It meant life. And I feel like this dress is full of life.
Okay, so I see there's a lot happening at the back.
Yeah, so when I was creating this, I spoke earlier on about my design process. So initially, the first sample I did, there was no space in between here. There was no elastic at the band as well. There was no ring here to tie. But then I figured it and I was like, nah, there has to be something that snatches the waist, right? So that like when your waist is snatched and then here is bigger, it creates that Coca-Cola body shape. Even if you know you don't really have it, it will give it to you by fire, by force.
But I really like it.
But yeah.
And there's a rope and
yes,
a metal.
so it's meant to tie together. Okay. So the rope allows you to be able to snatch your waist. Yeah, to give you a smaller.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier, I like high waist. I like defined waist. So this is meant to define your waist.
And it's defining my.
And it is defining your waist.
Girl, I'm running out of here in a dress. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah. So this is the Kaya dress, and this is the first way you can style it.
This is how it comes.
Yes, this is how it comes. It's very cutesy,
very
demure,
very mindful. Is it mindful though?
No, it's not very mindful, please. Not very mindful, but yeah, we're going to take it like that. So we are switching things up. Yeah. How are we styling it next?
So we are going to add a shirt in and a beret. So that moves it up to like a more edgy style.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Edgy. So guys, you're coming. Stay tuned. So this is the second look. Oh my gosh. I'm in love.
Yeah.
I'm in love. What happened? How did you figure this out?
So you know, I mentioned earlier on that when I was recreating this out of Magnolia, I thought of pinafore. Okay. So this is like a perfect way to style a pinafore with a shirt in and the pinafore on top.
Yeah.
It's just perfect.
And then the beret?
That's just supposed to add like a bit of an edge, you know?
Nah, because like you're visionary.
Thank you.
Can we see the back?
Yes.
Okay, so
this is for like those who are not a bit comfortable with showing maybe their back or their chest area.
Yeah.
This is perfect for them because you wear a shirt in and it covers everything. Yep. And this dress is like perfect for every body type.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, the people who patronize me are mostly 12, 14, 16, and they love this because it gives support everywhere. It snatches your waist. This is style 2 of how to style it if you're a bit more somebody who likes to be covered more.
Okay. And we are intentionally
yes, showing. For the edge, you know, the edge in Bloom by Edgy. You understand?
Okay, so you are saying something about Bloom by Edgy.
Yes, so the Edgy, I know most people think that because my name is Ejojinam.
Yeah, because
Bloom by Edgy means Bloom by Ejojinam.
Yes.
But no, it's not. I think I've addressed this a couple of times on social media. So it's mainly like Bloom by being edgy.
Oh, right.
So you bloom when you're being edgy. That's it.
Like this.
Exactly like this.
You get it? Okay, but it was just a happy coincidence that
my name is Ejorji now.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And the way I spelled it also misleads people. They feel like it's my name. Yeah.
But anyways, it's good. It's good we are clearing things up. Yeah. But what's the next, the final
style? Yeah. So we are going to pair this with another product we have that's called the Leah skirt.
Okay.
So Kaya dress with the Leah skirt. For people who don't like too short, or maybe like when you add the Leah skirt, it switches up the look.
That's when we get the demure.
Well, this is also demure.
But we are still showing.
This is also demure, but this is like we'll take out the shirt and then we'll add the skirt.
Ah, right. So not so demure.
It is demure. It is demure.
Okay, so
we'll be right
back.
Yeah.
So I don't know which style is my favorite because oh my god.
At this point, it's called what? Endless possibilities. Endless.
Because oh no, where were you when this occurred to you? Because I really want to understand what was going through your mind when you put this together.
Like I said, the Holy Spirit, you understand, He drops it into my spirit.
That's right.
And I quickly take note and I listen. Yeah.
Have you tried this on yourself?
Yes,
before?
I have.
Okay.
Actually, all the ways you've styled, I have. There are actually more ways to style, and I've tried all of them. Because mind you, when I'm creating, I think of, okay, where can I wear this to, or what can I wear? You know, I think of all of that,
Yeah.
and then how can my customers get like options to style?
Right.
Because I'm also big on sustainability, so I don't want you to like
Yes.
buy one outfit and then after wearing it to that one place, you are done.
Yeah.
That's the end. No. I want you to be able to style it different ways, wear it, you know, endless times. Get value for your money, you know what I mean?
Because
Yeah,
I'm,
so this is
I'm in love, guys.
yeah.
I'm in love. Look at the beauty.
Look at
Like,
that.
Like, we managed to make the dress even shorter.
Shorter, yes.
Yeah, we got it even shorter, but we wanted to be a little bit demure, so we added a lacy skirt
Yeah.
to give it, you know, a little vibe in
Yeah.
there. And oh,
So this you
I'm living
can
here
wear
with the
out
one.
in the evening. So you know you asked me.
yes, day to night.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this one dress you can transition from day to night with ease.
Girl, I said I'm living here. You keep ignoring when I said I'm living here with
Oh,
it.
you are living
ignoring
with it. You are living with it.
See, we're all here. We were all here. But how can we find you on social media if we want to get any of these? And you have these in different colors.
Yeah,
as
we have
well.
different
Yes.
colors. So the colors keep coming and going.
Okay.
So the thing about the Kaya dresses, it doesn't last in the color. So that means if you've seen a particular color you like, you need to buy it
as soon
as possible, because once it sells out, based on how I stock my fabric, how I source them, I don't get it anymore. It's gone, so something else comes. So, but yeah, you can find us on all social media platforms at Bloom by Edgy, and it's spelled BLOOMBYEDZI on all social media platforms.
And your website.
And
as well.
yeah, you can also shop. Actually, it's easier to shop on the website. You know, but I feel like my Ghanaians, I'm not trying to, you know, move everybody to websites slowly. It's more convenient. You don't have to interact with anybody. So you go to www.bloombyedgy.com. So bloombyedgy.com to find that. And we are located at Achimota Christian Village. You can use Bloom by Edgy on Google Maps or Uber to find our store.
And it's actually very easy to find. It's by the road.
By the road.
Once you get here, no, you see it. Yeah.
And our lovely sales people at the front desk, they are the most sweetest ever. They take very good care of you. So you guys come and shop.
Yeah, especially this Christmas season, even though the discounts are almost done. We'll try to convince them.
No,
so keep your eyes
there's
glued.
a next time discount. So if you're a first time buyer, you come to buy, you subscribe to our newsletter, you automatically get a 10% discount. So
yeah, you still get some.
Yes, you
sort
still
of
get
discount.
something. Yes.
Yeah. But guys, that's about it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for having me in your shop. This is very beautiful, by the way. I know I've said it, but yeah, this is very beautiful. My previous outfit, though, was by Nana Afoba. You can find her on Instagram at Nana_Afoba. And yes, that's about it. My name is Diana Edinam Kumbe. On Instagram, diana.kumbe. Until same time next week. Bye.
Bye.